Hey, lovelies. I hope you're doing okay. Spirit has been nudging me for a couple of days to come on and share a little message with you all about the first theme of June, which is releasing the pressure. And honestly, I wasn't appreciating the pressure that they were putting on me to do that on my day off yesterday, so I waited until today. And it's such a perfect metaphor for what I want to talk with you about because this theme is all about letting go of the external pressure and some of the internal pressure, a lot of the internal pressure that we place on ourselves. And I was thinking about this over the weekend and over the holiday of how when we have dedicated time off, we can kind of take our foot off the gas a little bit and feel like it's okay to take the pressure off a bit. But when you're a small business owner like me, that tends to be a bit of a double-edged sword because we start getting all these ideas and things that we want to be doing that we can be creating. And so sometimes we put the pedal to the metal when we have time off. But at any rate, I digress. So this theme, releasing the pressure. So one of the sayings that is really popular in the coaching world and in the motivational speaking world is that diamonds are created under pressure and that pressure is a good thing. And yes, I think sometimes external circumstances shift in our life to create a sense of pressure that forces us or maybe shepherds us into a new state of being. I think that's very true. But what I often see is we've got that external pressure that is always going to be there. My guides have been talking with me about the ascension process and vibration a lot more, and I'm going deeper into my work with them on some of these things. And, we're constantly being pushed to the next level just because of where we are in our process as a human collective, right? Regardless of if you're doing any work on it or not. And there's a lot of external circumstances that are constantly putting pressure on us to continue to shift and to continue to grow, whether we like it or not. And that's going to be here, right? That external pressure is going to continue to be here because we need it. But what I want to talk with you about is releasing the internal pressure. So if you've got this external pressure being placed on you and then you double up on that or double down on that by going ahead and placing internal pressure on yourself and judgment and shame and doubt and fear and all these things where we kind of start to get into that internal rabbit hole, then that's the type of pressure that I find actually hampers our manifestation abilities. It hampers our creative process. It hampers our ability to move forward. And so I was asking my guides this morning, all right, talk to me about this diamond metaphor and how I can make sense of this fact that people say, well, diamonds are made under pressure. You're just like a diamond. You're going to come out of this on the other side being this beautiful light. Yes, that's true. But what they said to me is, Katie, the pressure does not come from inside the diamond. The pressure comes from the outside circumstances that the diamond is in. And if the diamond was to put pressure from an internal perspective on itself, it would explode. It would break. And I was like, whoa. Okay, so that makes sense to me. We have all these external pressures. We have all these external things that are happening in our life that are not happening to us, but happening for us to shift us in our trajectory. And if we double down on that and take that pressure and internalize it and amplify it, then we're going to break. Then we're going to crack. Then we're not going to be able to move forward. So be like the diamond, right? Receive that external pressure, pay attention to it. And by goodness sakes, please feel your feelings when that external pressure comes in, because that's the other trap that I see that we get into, right? We have this external stimuli that comes in, something that's happening in our life, something that's happening in the world. And rather than feel the feelings that brings up, we repress those feelings and then we just keep moving forward. We keep moving forward, okay? That's not going to create any diamonds, right? You have to actually feel your feelings when these external pressures are at play. Let that bring some things up from deep within you, feel them completely, and let that power, that energy that comes up when these external circumstances come forward, amplify something inside of you, activate something inside of you to propel you forward into action. That's how we use these very challenging times that we are in with all this crazy shit happening in the world to our advantage, right? But don't double down on that external pressure by putting it on yourself. Release the pressure. That way you can self-motivate. You cannot create and manifest from that pressure-filled place. Okay, so just a few words of wisdom from my guides, from my higher self to you today. I hope that lands. I hope that resonates. I will say next week, on the 13th, we're going to be working with the theme Vibrate Higher, and I've got more to say about that, but just know that the purpose of that healing circle is to help you see all of this chaos around you, see all of these external pressures, all of these high energy situations that are happening, and continue to vibrate in your truth at a higher frequency. And how do we do that while maintaining our cool and being that calm within the storm? And so that's what we're going to be working on in Healing Circle next week. But more to come on that. Right now, just focus on releasing that pressure. Go take a walk. Go do something that you love. Go dance around in your living room. Go scream at the top of your lungs if you need to into a pillow. Do whatever you need to release that internal pressure, because the external world has enough of it, right? We don't need any more. So I hope that message finds you well today. Comment, let me know how this lands for you, if this resonates. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have an amazing day.